Ash Media's coverage of Snap-on Kalgoorlie's Australian Street Stock Championship is proudly brought to you by Speedway Sedans Australia.
Thanks, Morgan. We're about to go green. 10 cars to run. Just 2 more qualifying heats to come after this in the Australian Street Stock title. We haven't had a restart all night, can you believe that? After last night, every race has gone the distance so far. We go clockwise again. I'm sure I've just put the commentator's curse on things, and I might get excited here if this hangs on for the next 11 and a half laps. David Francis and the little Nissan Skyline is your race leader as they come out of 3 and 4, and he looks like he's going to blow the back doors, the black bumper off the rest of them. He's opened up a gap already of 0.749 as they head out of turn number 2, back to Ricky Norman, Ray Leonard, back then to Daniel Druitt and Dave Padmore, a gap back then to the 74, Rick Swasbrick. Oh, it's maybe a little bit too early to call it, but he's got a handsome lead after 2 laps. The little Nissan Skyline absolutely flying out in front. He does a 20.159 if you don't mind. Out in second place, Ricky Norman. Behind him is Ray Leonard, then Daniel Druitt, then David Padmore. Back in 6th place would be that of Rick Swasbrick, Chris Woods, then Barry Roberts, and the last car running is Cody Kelman along with Travis Moynihan. But you can almost put your glasses down with 9 laps to go. I'm going to call it. The Nissan Skyline is home as he moves down into turn number 2. He has a mortgage on this race, 2.1 seconds. He's blowing the back doors off them. Back in second place, Ray Leonard, then Ricky Norman. On the outside of David Padmore is Dan Druitt as they come out of 3 and 4. It's the Nissan Skyline. He's absolutely killing them. 20.136. He's out by 2.5 seconds. Ray Leonard's under pressure from Ricky Norman once again. Norman goes offline onto the infield. He'll be back in 3rd place. 4th place is either Dan Druitt or that of David Padmore. They're still running side by side. They're 3 wide now as they've caught Ricky Norman into the main straight. Druitt on the outside and Norman the inside is David Padmore. 2.9 seconds now is David Francis's advantage. And remember, I called it 3 laps ago. He's going to win this by an absolute mile. The little Nissan Skyline is blowing them away into the main straight at the halfway mark. Across the strike he comes. This time it's at 20.119. His quick lap of the race. Ray Leonard giving great chase, but he's not going quick enough, Ray. You're 3.5 seconds behind. Back to Dan Druitt, David Padmore. Back to Ricky Norman, Rick Swasbrick, then Travis Moynihan, Barry Roberts, Cody Kelman and Chris Woods into the main straight with 5 to go in heat 30 of the Australian title. And it's great to see something other than a Ford or a Holden out in front. And the only one that isn't, of the 86 that started, is David Francis. And we remember back to Friday night, he blew it up. He had that much smoke you couldn't see around the Kalgoorlie Speedway in practice. But he's absolutely flying into the main straight with 4 to go. Come on, let's bring him home. He's got 4 laps to go, and David Francis is giving them a good old hiding. 2nd place is 3.7 seconds away. That's Ray Leonard. Back to Dan Druitt, David Padmore, Ricky Norman and Rick Swasbrick. That is the top half dozen. Out of turn 4 he comes again. My new favourite car has got 3 laps to go. Into the main straight comes David Francis. He's done another 20.1 second lap and he's absolutely flying. Ray Leonard is still 3.5 seconds adrift. Dan Druitt, then David Padmore, Ricky Norman, Rick Swasbrick. Back in 7th place is Travis Moynihan, Barry Roberts, Cody Kelman and Chris Woods. That's the race order as they come out of turn 4. 2 laps to go. And the 161 is absolutely killing them. It was 3.5 seconds before. It's 4.4 seconds now in front. He comes up to lap a car. It's Chris Woods that he goes around. He was helped by the fact that Chris Woods was on the infield at the time. And they come out of turn 4. The white flag will come out. He's got 1 lap to go as he comes into the main straight. 2nd place is Ray Leonard. Daniel Druitt is 3rd and David Padmore is 4th. They are certainly racing for the minor end of the prize because the little Nissan Skyline is home and hosed down the back straight the last time he goes. He's lining up 8th and 9th place at the moment. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. The Nissan Skyline of David Francis is first home. Great to see. He's won by a country mile. Back in 2nd place, Ray Leonard, David Padmore 3rd and Dan Druitt 4th. He got stuck behind Chris Woods in the concluding stages. 5th place will go to the 35 of Ricky Norman. Rick Swasbrick is 6th, Travis Moynihan 7th. They're fighting it out for 8th and 9th, right to the finish line. Barry Roberts, then Cody Kelman. And there's our winner through again. David Francis, Ray Leonard, David Padmore, your top 3. The quick lap of the race was a 20.119 by David.